a video about how to organize all the different tweets that come into your Twitter feed on Twitter. Now, I'm starting out with this one picture where it says, "Help, too many tweets." Many people have described reading Twitter updates like trying to drink from a fire hydrant. So a very hard job to do. So what I'm going to do is give you some different tips and tricks on how you can organize all those tweets that come into your Twitter feed. So for example, just to remind you about the Twitter feed, remember if you're on your home tab, then you go ahead and you see all your different tweets coming in. Let me just make sure I'm on my home tab. There we go. Okay, so now I'm on my home tab and you can see here's all of the people that I follow. These are all of their tweets. So again, there's a lot that that come in there. You can certainly sit there and go, okay, I'm gonna read every one of these, and maybe in the beginning when you're following a few people, not too bad. But I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look over here on the left-hand side, you'll notice that I am following 844 people and 730 people are following me. So all of those different people following or my followers are all coming into this Twitter feed. So that's a lot of people. So how do I organize that? Well, there's a couple of websites I go to. One of them is paper.li. So paper.li, and that's the website I'm on right now. So notice it wants me to sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. I'm going to sign in with Twitter. All right, so it's saying that it's looking for my Twitter account and signing me in. So give that just a second. It also tells me some different things. Now this is free. It does say you could upgrade this, but we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go ahead and come out of there. So where we're going to go is up here in the corner. You'll see this little tab up here that says paper.li. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. And you will notice that there's my name. Down here it says my papers. So I'm going to go ahead and click on McTuck Daily. Now if I hadn't set this up, if I hadn't come in here before, then I would have to set up my paper and all of that. And what do I mean by that? What it does is once I sign in with my Twitter account, it actually takes all of those tweets that come into my Twitter account. So in other words, if I go back on Twitter, all of these different tweets that come in here, the site paper.l actually turns it into a newspaper. So I can come down through here and I can go ahead and I can look at these different areas. I can also go up here to the top and click on any of these and see what's going on. And notice it does have different things I could do. If I tap on that little Twitter bird, then I could go ahead and actually tweet that out saying, read my paper. Okay, so it turns my Twitter feed into a paper. So there's another website that I also go to called the Tweeted Times. Right here you see that, the tweetedtimes.com, but you just go to tweetedtimes.com and you sign in. So it says log in or sign up. If you're new, you'd have to go ahead and sign up, but otherwise I'm going to authorize the app being Twitter. Now, so what happens here with the Tweeted Times, now this has taken my Twitter feed and turned this into a newspaper. Same idea, I can go down through here and look at these different items, and I also have an option of clicking on these little buttons here, and I could go ahead and send that out, tweeting that out. All right, so again, paper.li and tweetedtimes.com, they turn my Twitter feed, and remember this is my Twitter feed, all of my followers and who I'm following, turns that into a newspaper, which just if I have only a short amount of time, it organizes it and lets me see my different tweets for the day. Now, something else that I do is I make a list. I'm going to go back up here, back up to my profile picture up there in the right-hand corner. I'm going to tap on that. Notice when I tap on it, one of the options is list. So I'm going to tap on list, and what happens is, oops, didn't mean to get that up there. All right. What happens is when I tap on the word list, you will notice that I have 27 different lists here. I can see that because, right there it says list 27. So what I do is I scroll down through here and I actually have different lists. So let me just show you what a list looks like. So for example, let's say that I wanted to look at this PE tweets. So I tap on that. Notice it has 30 members. Now, instead of seeing all of my Twitter feed, what I see now are just these 30 members. Notice it says 30 members here that are on this Twitter list of PE tweets. So now all that's here on this feed are those 30 members tweeting out about PE. All right, so it gives me a focused view of my tweets. Now you might be saying, okay, that's great, you have lists, how did you make those? All right, so let's say, let me go back to my home there. So I go back to my home tab, and so like here, for example, I can see a tweet on mindfulness training right here. Okay, they've tweeted. So what I can do is, let me just go ahead and click on their name, because when I click on their name, notice this is their profile on Twitter, and you can see that I'm following them. You can see following right here, and then you can also see this little cogwheel. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that little cogwheel. As soon as I click on that little cogwheel, you will notice it says add or remove from lists. So if I go ahead and click on that, now it gives me the option to either add them to an existing list, and remember I have 27 of those, or also notice I could go ahead and create a new one. All right, and you can make your list public or private, and that's again a way that you can organize your tweets. So again, I click on my profile picture up on the right hand side, tap on list, and I can see the different lists that I've made, which then allows me to just go ahead and just click on that list, and then it focuses on what I've made that list for. Another way that you can organize yourself are with hashtags. So I'm up there in the corner where it says search, and let me search for a hashtag. I'm going to search for the hashtag, let's see, I will say EdChat. I told you that was a pretty popular one, so let me just tap on EdChat. Now when I tap on EdChat, when I search for it and I find it, notice, it gives me these results for EdChat. So there we are. We could go all the way down through there. We could see all the tweets about EdChat. But notice up here to the left of the results are 3 little dots. Let me just tap on those 3 little dots. Notice it says embed this search. I'm going to tap on that. And when I chose embed this search, all right, you will notice that it's allowing me to configure some things here. How tall do I want it to be, the theme, different things about it. This is called a widget. The widget I mentioned when I was showing you settings, because you can make this widget. This widget is actually a Twitter feed that only has a hashtag linked to it. So what I do is I make this, I can create the widget. I've already made this, so I'm just going to cancel that for a second. And notice I'm in my settings. Down here I have widgets. And you can see I already have one on EdChat. So what I'm going to do is tap on edit. And what you should notice is down here, it says copy and paste the code into the HTML of your site. So that's what I did on the course homepage, where you actually see that EdChat Twitter feed. I actually came in here and made that. And so then that gives me a way of organizing my Twitter feed, because I can go ahead and just organize it by a hashtag. So again, different ways that you can organize yourself. You can go to one of the 2 websites, or both that I showed you. Remember, I showed you this is paper.li, this is Tweeted Times, and then what I also showed you on let me click on home here. What I showed you on there was, again, I can search for a hashtag and then turn that into a widget. And then I also showed you that I have lists that I can organize my different tweets into. So again, 4 different ways you can organize yourself, because again, such as this quote said, many people have described reading Twitter updates like trying to drink from a fire hydrant. So to help you out with that, you could use any of these organization tips I've given you in this video.